Bang, bang. I'm just rolling a cig. Today's Spaces is going to be very Shakespearean in the sense that a lot of what I'm going to talk about this morning is really going to be for a very, very select few. 99% will not relate to what I'm going to say today, but it's going to be a very interesting show nonetheless. So just give me about a minute here. So I don't think most people realize how fragile and how frail the fabric of society really is. I had a power outage yesterday, and I went to the gym. And on my way there, I saw a totaled vehicle spun out on a golf course, and there was fucking power equipment obliterated in the street. And it dawned on me how everyone takes for granted the actual tensile strength of what's holding together society is literally the fucking tensile strength of a fucking piece of floss, dental floss. Like, that's how weak the true infrastructure is. Some bonehead, some bonehead on a public road can have a collision with power equipment and knock out a grid for 25,000 people. 25,000 lives can be impacted by an arbitrary collision by some bonehead on a public road. And you sit there and you're like, Jesus Christ. Any random motherfucker with a BB gun could walk around and commit more domestic terrorism than fucking Al Qaeda with just a fucking tiny bit of zeal. It's incredible. It's incredible how flimsy the whole system really is. And then you take that and you fucking translate that to the financial system. You got to wonder about how that's all propped up, how thinly veiled that is. And then it leads you to the next conclusion, which is that logic and order, chaos is the mother of order. That's it. Winners reign over chaos because order's bullshit. I mean, you see how quickly things can get turned upside down. even from an infrastructure standpoint, right? So I just had a tweet and I was talking about how winners, paradoxically, because this is a fact, winners, for the most part, spend a lot of time wallowing, floundering, floating in life. But they do have a sixth gear that they know how to kick into, and they know how to seize the tiniest of opportunities and then outstretch them and maximize them. There's motherfuckers out there who play video games 10 hours a day. You would think classically they're textbook losers. They like to let the pressure, the breath of death breathe down their neck. They piss away ample amounts of time all throughout the year, just floundering. But they get one lick, just one, throughout the year that overpowers and overcompensates and makes up for all the wasted time. And this is the problem with the grinder hack and slash path. Tweet recently about and fucking selling shit left and right, fine and dandy. But here's the reality. The grinder path, the head down, sweatpants, Nikes, hoodie, tucked in your fucking apartment, that path doesn't have any resiliency whatsoever. And it also has zero divine benevolence. And it also has zero serendipity, right? There's no fortuitous events that are going to grace you when you're in that tunnel vision mode because you're on rails, right? You're on rails. And when you're on rails, there's zero exploration in the periphery, which is where all of life's greatest opportunities come. Someone in my comments, I think it was on my last tweet, very sheepishly said something to the effect of, and because this is the party line, this is what culture has birthed, and this is what culture has given us. This token, this sentiment that this guy says is what we can all relate to because it's the thing to say. It's what everyone will nod their head and agree with, but it's dead wrong. And what he said was, he said that he's a trader, and he said, in my trading, I'm all about trying to discipline myself to learn how to master taking profits. And it's like, dude, that is the gayest attitude to life that you could possibly have. If you have to sit there all day in any craft and anything that you're doing and work on whipping and lashing yourself and disciplining yourself into gradually stacking cash, you are on a road to nowhere, buddy. You guys don't understand. Stacking cash and retiring early is easy. It's a fucking cakewalk. It's a cakewalk. Anybody could do it. But you're not living life whatsoever. Whatsoever. You guys know my story. I could have walked away from the game fucking years ago. No one would know who the fuck I am. But there was a lot of life to be lived. It's not about gradually stacking fucking bread year after year and watching your portfolio grow. That's a super gay attitude to life. How are you going to find a wife? And when I say wife, my criteria is extremely stringent, right? I'm not talking just like, how are you going to find a genuinely good broad that's going to raise your kids? If you're some boring dolt, boring, stodgy grandpa motherfucker who's just stacking cash, and that's all you do, stack cash. You got tons of money in the bank. You don't spend it. You don't do anything cool. You don't do anything fun. You have no character arc. There's no rises and falls. Life is about rises and falls. And if you are a man worthy of having a family and worthy of love, you have to have a series of miniature deaths many times throughout your cycle. Many times. And you don't go to great lengths to prevent these from happening. It's just expected. It's built into the game. You're going to have rises, you're going to have falls, and you're going to have tons of them. Tons of them. And that's where you build these explosive character profiles. That's where you get these incendiary personalities. This is where nature carves its outliers. It's in the motherfuckers who know how to ride the tiger. It's in the motherfuckers who know how to ride the lows, right? That's the game. The whole game of life as a man is learning how to ride the lows so that when the highest of highs come, you can maximize and enjoy the living fuck out of them because the golden times are not meant to last. And that's just the reality. And look, I'll take this a step further. There's a biological component to this that goes over everybody's head, but you want to talk about true health and vitality? The people who do nothing but focus on stacking, stacking, growing linearly and have no pitfalls, no setbacks, no downturns. These motherfuckers have the worst health you've ever fucking seen. They're walking hospice patients. They're walking hospice patients. There's no vitality. There's no fire in the soul. There's nothing. There's no aura. There's nothing emanating from their eyes. Nothing. There's no zeal for life in that prototype. Zero. It's non existent. These people are the living dead and not in a good way. Not in a good way. So, the point is, the man who goes through the rises and falls, the extremes, during the downturns, during the lows, ironically, that's when you find the best relationships, the best friends you'll ever have. And that's when you cultivate the type of personality that's worthy of love, women, having a family. Everything that you want comes from the extremes of having those cycles. You know what I mean? Anyone who takes the religious, the fucking sacrilegious, linear stacking path, 100% ends up smack dead in the middle average. Or gets cheated on. There's so much nuance here because they just don't have the type of personality that's explosive enough to really deal with what life's gonna throw at you regardless. So no, the purpose of life is not to sit there at your fucking computer and stack profits and never have losses and master fucking discipline. No, that's how you turn into a raging homosexual. That is the gateway to being a fucking faggot. Here to tell you. It's about the rises and falls. And there's going to be tons of them. And as soon as you embrace this, you actually do get endowed and imbued with that vitality that I'm talking about. Everything's about vitality. Vitality is what creates the opportunities. Vitality is what creates the on-ramps to success. It's what creates everything. It's what creates the open eye. The third eye remains open, the eye of Ra, in order to capitalize on the opportunities. That's the problem with the tunnel vision path, is you get so one-tracked, monolithically obsessed with one little thing, and you end up taking your eye off the ball and you can't see anything around you. So you can't look, the path to true success, and when I say success, I'm talking about vitality. Vitality is everything. Because vitality is your money generator. It's what amplifies your relationships. It's what keeps women by your side till the end of time. Because a vital motherfucker is just a lot of fun to be around. And that's what it all comes down to. Everyone talks about cultivating an aura. I'm here to tell you, it's all a health metric. Everything's a health metric. And one of the biggest things you can do to go against your nature and biology is to take the linear wind stacking path. That's against nature. That's not natural in any way, shape, or form. And that's why motherfuckers who do that end up with necrosis. They end up fucking decrepit. Spiritually, mentally, physically, everything starts breaking down. Look at these motherfuckers. Look at these old head motherfuckers who have all this money in the bank, retired. They do nothing all day. They sit at fucking infinity pools around palm trees. Look at their bodies. Look at their minds. They've lost them. There's zero vitality. None. Zero. Your only fucking mission in this life is to fucking search and beseech and fucking find as much vitality as you can. Because if you have vitality, there's nothing that can stop you. You could take 100 L's, you could fucking lose everything a billion fucking times, but vitality will always be your exit strategy. Vitality will always find a way out. Vitality will always bring you a massive fucking windfall. It'll literally help you rebound from any fucking possible situation that could tear a man down. Vitality will fucking resurrect you 10 out of 10 times. It's all about vitality. It's what it all boils down to. And on top of that, the greatest fucking parochial wisdom that actually comes from fucking rock climbers, ironically enough, is that when you are on the climb and you are on the ascent, you don't look down. There's a reason why that wisdom has been instituted. When you are climbing, when you're performing a physical feat of climbing, something that's arduous and treacherous, they say you don't look down, right? It's the truest motherfucking thing in life. You don't fucking look down and you don't look over your shoulder when you're climbing. Because what happens? You start to stimulate the fucking conscious mind again. Now you start doubting yourself. Now the fear starts creeping in. Fuck, I'm up too high. Fuck, I got to put my foot over here. Fuck, I got to take a step over here. Magic is gone. So when you have the momentum and you do find yourself climbing, you don't look down. You don't analyze. You just keep climbing. And the grinders miss this because when the grinders have a problem to troubleshoot, it's the first thing they do. They start fucking making lists, analyzing everything, trying to fucking make little fucking fine tunes in their strategy, shit like that. Let's take some more wisdom from the movie The Shining. All work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. That's fucking true too. And that's the problem with the fucking grinder types. I'm telling you, life is about capturing the minutia. It's about capturing the essence of tiny flickers of time that present the opportunities and being ready to pounce on them. 99% of the most successful motherfuckers that you know, I'm telling you, the grind porn that they rain down upon you is all bullshit. Most of them are fucking off with their time because there are very, very, very scarce, genuine good ideas, even floating in the battalion of ideas every day to even capture in the first place. They're just not there. And so when you're grinding and you're hunkering down and you're trying to make marginal inch by inch success gains every day, you're actually going against the grain. That's all you're doing. You're going against the grain. And sometimes you just got to float downriver and sit back and chill. And the greatest opportunities, once you find them, then you have to fucking spring into action. But this is what I was trying to tell you guys. 99% of life is actually about learning how to just let the fire simmer and just be at peace with that and ride the fucking lows and just ride them and just coast them and just coast them. And then when the huge wave comes, you get on and you see where it takes you. And you see where it takes you. And this is how you build a well-rounded individual. It's also the primal way of living. You can't biohack this. It's the primal way of living. That's why it has the health benefit. The health benefit of having the jagged, staggered graph to success, zigzagging your way to the top, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, zigzag, right? Slalom. Slalom. That's what you're doing. You slalom your way to success, okay? And then you carry them off a wall, and you carry them off this wall, and you ricochet off this wall, right? like a fucking ping pong ball. When you do that, the biological response is fucking perfect. It's perfect. It's why these motherfuckers who have these towering rises and falls and go in and out of success several times, several reinventions, several rebirths, right? Several resurrections. They're always healthy. They age well, they age gracefully, they got the aura, their fucking eyeballs are fucking, their pupils are egg white. You know what I mean? They might have fucking grizzled temples and fucking wrinkles in their brow, but they have the fucking gait. They have the gait. They have the stride. You know what I mean? They walk into a room, it looks like they're on a fucking conveyor belt because they're living naturally. It is not harmonious to nature to sit there and fucking hoard resources. That is against human nature. And it's why motherfuckers who do this completely have their biology disobey them. Their biology will disobey them 10 out of 10 times. It'll be disobedient. Start getting fucking health problems. Seen it 100 fucking times. Seen it 100 times. It's why some of these functional guys with terrible habits, they don't die. Can't kill these guys. Look what it took. It took fucking 7 shadowy government cabals to take down fucking John McAfee. Give me a fucking break. Motherfucker was in his 70s, smoking 3 packs a day. He's like the modern Hunter S. Thompson. Look what it took to bring that guy to his fucking knees. Rises and falls. Many of them. Many of them. Keeps the heart beating. Keeps the male spirit alive. So disciplining yourself and spending your entire motherfucking day having to talk yourself into doing something that doesn't feel natural is a complete disgrace to your biological chemistry, and your body will punish you for it. Bang, bang.